You know what? Recently, I was using ChatGPT to help me define spirit dancing. It's not new; it's been around for ages. Anyways, the short explanation is spirit dancing is an intuitive, sacred form of movement rooted in energy, emotion, and spiritual connection, found across cultures in rituals, trance, and prayer. It's not about performance, but presence, using the body as a vessel for healing, insight, and communion with the divine. Movements are improvised, guided by inner feelings, sound, and unseen forces. I call my personal form of spirit dancing shiatra, and because spirit told me to, and they said it means beautiful divine dance. And I know that the energy work and there's some light language and some stuff like that all wrapped into it if you've heard of it. So it's like, for me, I experience it differently at different times, but I call it spirit dancing most of the time because for me, it's an exercise in surrender. I am surrendering control of my body to the energy that is around me, to spirit. And you can substitute spirit for energy. It's the same thing, but it's conscious. Like everything is conscious. At least that's my belief and that's my experience. Everything is conscious. Think of it like well, you could think of it like the forest, but honestly, I think those movies, Avatar with the blue aliens, or like a better way. You know how like they would plug into the tree and they would talk about feeling and hearing AWA, and like they sense things even when they weren't plugged in the tree, but that was really strong. It's kind of like that. It's like, you know, everything is energy. Everything is the force. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's all around us. We're made of it. It's inside of us and stuff. And it has its own consciousness. I mean, like the energy in the air. I mean, to me, spirit and energy, it's all of our ancestors. It's all of existence and stuff. And when I surrender control of my body, I allow spirit or some of the beings that I channel to come into my body and to move my body. And so sometimes I'm very conscious of it being Jehovah or Gaia that I channel coming through. Gaia comes out occasionally. Jehovah likes to come out and dance, and I always, I mean, I always know when it's them, especially Jehovah, just because like it's like a different persona takes over, but it's not just a persona, it's more than that. And then with spirit itself, sometimes like spirit is like the collective, it's like everything. Like, I mean, Jehovah and Gaia and me and you, living, deceased, different dimensions, whatever, we're all part of spirit and connected to it. And I guess to say a little bit more about it, I use dance as a means of putting myself into a trance so that I can channel. I'm a trance channeler. That's one of the things that I do. And so I will use dance to raise my kundalini energy or to open my chakras. Pick the language that you're using. Like all of these different things are called different things in different belief systems and cultures and stuff. But I use it, basically as a form of energy work to to shift my frequency or vibe or whatever you want to call it. Open up those chakras and stuff, which then allows me to channel more deeply. It allows me, like, if I go long enough and I get deep enough, I can go from, hearing like telepathic whispers to, you know, Jehovah or Gaia speaking through me to them taking over my body completely, which I love. I love allowing them to take over my body and speak through me. It's still, I mean, I've only been doing this for like 5 years, maybe a little more than 5 years now, and it's still just absolutely amazing and magical and stuff. But some of the history of spirit dancing, since I have you right now, you can go away whenever you want. I'm just going to read what when I asked ChatGPT what is spirit dancing, This is the long answer. Spirit dancing is a form of expressive movement that blends dance with spirituality, energy work, and emotional release. It's not tied to a single tradition, but instead shows up across cultures and personal practices in various ways. Here's a breakdown of what it can mean both generally and personally. So, generally speaking, it refers to any dance practice where the goal is not performance or fitness, but connection to self, spirit, the universe, nature, or the divine. It's often, I do want to put in, like it is very healing. It's often intuitive or improvised. It means I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, after all these years and all this dancing, there are movements that, like I do all the time, but I don't know that I'm going to do them. Spirit just does them, and it does it for a reason. Anyways, they're intuitive or improvised, led by inner feeling or energy rather than choreography. Ritualistic or meditative, used for healing, transformation, or spiritual insight. So there you go. Embodied prayer, where the dancer becomes a vessel for something greater. Cultural roots and variations. Indigenous practices. Many Native American and First Nations communities have ceremonial dances to honor spirits, ancestors, or cosmic forces. Shamanic trance dance, used in cultures worldwide to enter altered states of consciousness. So I mean, all of this applies to me, but that's very on the nose. Sufi whirling, man. One day I want to dance with the Sufis. A sacred spinning meditation to unite with the divine. I've started spinning. I want to spin more. I wonder if I can go learn how to spin with the Sufis. Ecstatic dance, a modern form where participants move freely, often in a group, to reach elevated states of awareness. And in a lot of modern circles, you'll hear them refer to any dance that's improvised as ecstatic. But it's more than ecstatic because there's a spiritual component to it. And then as a personal spiritual practice, for some, including me, um, ChatGPT knows this because it's of what I've shared with it. Spirit dancing is deeply personal and might involve channeled movement where you feel guided by something beyond your conscious self. Energy sensing, like moving with the flow of light, emotion, or frequency in the space, or responding to the feeling of the sound or the energy. Physical expression of sacred language or prayer through gesture and breath. I don't know what it means, but often with light language can be verbal or visual of hand movements and stuff. And I know sometimes that comes through, but my I'm conscious of my verbal light language. I'm not really conscious of my um, movement light language, though I know that's part of it. Emotional alchemy. This is a really good one. And this is why one day I want to try and figure out how to teach people to do this. I mean, I've already started trying to work on it. But emotional alchemy, using dance to process pain, joy, or transformation. I have to dance. I am extra as F with all of the like check boxes by all the labels, and I'm very combustible. And if I don't like dancing, is how I release excess energy to manage my emotions. It's also how I boost my mood and sometimes increase my energy when I'm feeling really down and like shift my mood. Some people might refer to it as divine dance. I call it shiatra or spirit dancing or energy work, energy in motion, that sort of thing. Energy dancing is also a thing. Um, all right, yeah, I think that's pretty much that's it. So I need to. I'm working on all my websites now, and hopefully I will be caught up with all of my normal ones in the next month. And by the end of this summer, I will actually have a website up for a song of joy. Though I did also buy shiatra.com. But a song of joy is my spiritual handle on TikTok. And somewhere on the web, I want to start putting like blog articles and stuff because some stuff just can't be, you need to be able to organize it so that people can find it. And, you can't you can't really organize crap on TikTok and stuff. So that's my goal. Anyways, thank you for listening. And yeah, everybody should be dancing, guys. And if you're interested, let me know. I need guinea pigs and, tell me what would help you understand it because I do want to figure out how to help other people embrace it because it's so wonderful. It's such a great personal thing to do.